When's the last fight that had this kind of anticipation about this kind of matchup?
Well, as far as overall match is concerned, you got to go, I think, to Pacquiao Mayweather. That's the big key. I think that was when they had as much talk and hype going into it as any I can remember in the last few years.
Terrance Leonard won back in 81. I mean, two undefeated fighters, the brawl for it all, and it lived up to his billing. And I'm hoping this one does too.
Mayweather versus Pacquiao, years in the making. You know, on again, off again, on again, off again, whatever. Finally, they did it, and I don't think it necessarily lived up to the hype that was part of the lead up heading into that bout.
Hearns and Leonard was a dream matchup. But let me take you back to that to that era. Man, Duran Leonard won super hype fight. Leonard was the Olympic darling and undefeated and young up and coming fighter, and Duran was hands of stone. That was supposed to be Leonard's big test, and that was supposed to be Duran's big test. That fight was a great fight. Now, I don't know if it would, I don't think it measured up to Leonard Hearns 1, but that was a heck of a fight. And y'all remember, Duran won that fight. Highly controversial fight. You know, everybody has a perspective on this. There's a lot of fans that would tell you how great Errol Spence is. And there's a lot of Terrance Bud Crawford fans, and they'll tell you how great Bud is. But I'm going to ask you guys, what makes each fighter great?
Spence has great power, great boxing ability. I like both guys. Spence's overall boxing ability plus his ability to come back from adversity is a big key.
And his skill set is really second to none. If he's not in your pound for pound, I don't think you know boxing.
Andrew Council told me to look out for a guy named Errol Spence, that he was in D.C. at Headbangers running all of them out the gym. That eventually Barry Hunter said, hey, man, you got to slow down. And Spence told him, I only have one gear. And so Barry Hunter put him out the gym. And Spence told them, okay, well, I'll see y'all when it means something. And of course, years later, he met up with Lamont Peterson when it meant something. So Andrew Council told me about this guy, you know, that high ring IQ, just enough power to keep everybody honest, superior boxing ability, agility, foot movement. He has the whole package.
What do you like about Spence?
I like his work rate throughout the course of a fight. I believe that this is in part what he is planning on doing to, for lack of a better expression, wear down Bud. I think that he's going to make this a fight of wills, okay? And he's going to do it vis-a-vis that gorilla that he's going to bring in the form of pressure, force Bud to fight off his back foot the entire way.
I'm in the can for Terrance Bud Crawford, and I followed him at 140 and how he cleaned out the division down there and how he's moved up to 147. And I think in some ways he's the mirror image of Spence. Tenacious, mean-spirited. He wants to hurt you. He wants to beat you up and get you out of there. But he's going to stand in front of you, and he's going to test your will as well.
One of the things that I like about Bud is that he's got the ability to make adjustments better than a lot of fighters that I've seen in a long time. One of the things that I really love about him is that once he figures you out, okay, that's when he really steps on the accelerator, the gas pedal, and really moves forward to really break you down and get you out of there.
I announced Bud Crawford's second or third fight in his career in York, Pennsylvania. Back in the day, Chris Mittendorf was the promoter and brought me in. I saw nothing special with this guy. Of course, he got the victory because he's still undefeated. But I saw nothing special, unlike what I saw with Too Sharp and Sharmba and Holmes and Joppy. I saw something with those guys. I saw nothing with Bud. Just another ordinary fighter, so I thought. So his quantum leap is admirable. He's gotten better and better, and now he's great. I mean, his transition style from orthodox to unorthodox is seamless. Seamless. He can knock you out with either hand.
Tell me who wins the super fight between Crawford and Spence and why.
I think that it'll be a technical fight, but I think in the end, Bud's got more tools that he can go to out of his bag to get the job done. I'm saying that all to say that I believe Crawford will beat Spence by unanimous decision.
Spence was that guy prior to the car accident. From my humble point of view and opinion, he's lost something. I don't know exactly what it is. He's still very, very, very good, but he was invincible to me, not even losing rounds prior to that car accident. So maybe he's lost some of those fast twitch muscles. I don't know. So to that point, I got to go with Crawford on this one. Crawford, split decision. I'll say it'd be that close, but split decision.
I think whoever's the aggressor early in the bout will take that down. That's what I'm saying. I'm leaning toward Crawford as well. I think Crawford, with his abilities to break you down, and again, the Porter situation is very telling to me as well. And I'm going with Crawford. Close decision, majority decision. I'm going with Terrance Crawford.
I cannot deny Spence's ability, and anybody can come from that horrific car crash and get back in that ring and execute a little bit. Is telling. It is telling. And we know that Crawford is a notoriously slow starter. Spence might be able to steal rounds to the point where when Crawford does rally, he's so far behind, or the gap is such that he can't get over the hump to get him. So I'm taking Crawford. After all that.
And all that.
Great.
After all that, right?
Wow.
I'm gonna take Crawford because I just think he's that much better than Spence. And I think as fight fans, the only thing we want to do is we want to see a great fight. And to your point, Henry, man, this smells like a trilogy.
Yeah.
It does. It's got trilogy dripping all over it, particularly if this first fight is a close one, and say Bud wins it by split decision. Then everybody's like, oh, you got to run that back. If Spence wins by split decision, you got to run that back. If it's a draw, they're going to do it. And here's the other thing too, and it's not going to be at 147. They might fight at 154. Come on now. So that's going to do it for this thrilling edition of Round 6. I'm so glad that you joined us. Check us out on YouTube, and we'll let you know on different social media outlets when the show's coming up. Please check out my man, Gary Digital Williams, Boxing Along the Beltway, the Bible of Boxing in the DMV area. And check out my man, Juan Marshall, Pro Am Fight Talk. He's got all the news and what's going on in the fight world. And we'll see you next time on Round 6.